The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Football fans, the time is now.
Give me a hell yeah!
For the football show you never knew you wanted. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Broken Helmet.
Coming to you live on tape on this Thursday, November 6, 2025. It is the best NFL show you have never heard of. It is the Broken Helmet. Rich Eggy here in the driver's seat. I got it right this time, not the driver's, what was it? The driver's sheet is what I said yesterday. And to get in touch with the show, you can reach us at brokenhelmetshow@gmail.com or at Broken Helmet Pod on X. So we welcome again for the second week in a row the leader in the clubhouse, Mr. Christopher Eggy. Congratulations, Chris, on another positive week here in the Let's Bet program. How do you do it? How do you stay so positive? I need to know. Because I'm not. I'm terrible.
I think it's like a guessing game.
It's a guessing game. Okay, yeah, that works.
No, I
have not been. My guessing game has been fucking putrid. That's been all of my tickets.
It's 2 weeks in a row. I should have spent more on my best bets.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Well, I couldn't even look at last week and point to anything that did me in. It all did me in. But I was kind of at least a little relieved at one point because I screwed up looking at the the Vegas Raiders score. And at one point, I thought that Jacksonville had covered that score. And so I was like, oh, there we go. At least it's a kind of a win. Still would have put me negative, and only to then look at the score later and say, oh, no, they only won by one. And that was not what the spread was. So that one was also a loser.
Did you see how they lost?
No, I did not. I did. I don't remember. I saw it on. I've been watching a lot of primetime again, which have you, I don't know what yours like cable subscriber situation is, but
we lost it.
You lost what?
We lost all ESPN and Disney.
Oh, your YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm DirecTV Stream, and because I'm DirecTV Stream and they redid the ESPN contract, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, we got grandfathered in because of the WWE deal. And so now I basically get all of ESPN Plus for free. And, I don't get like everything on the ESPN app, I guess, but I basically get all of the WWE pay-per-views plus now all of ESPN Plus. And so I get primetime with Boomer, even though he's with Booger McFarlane, which is brutal.
Who sucks.
Oh, he's so bad. Every time he opens his mouth, it's like, here comes another wreck. I wish it was TJ,
Why are they fucking paying this guy?
I wish it was Tom Jackson again, but I don't know. I mean, they use him across the networks. So, I just don't. I don't remember, and if I did know, I don't remember now why they got rid of Tom Jackson. Do you remember?
He died.
Is he dead now?
He's dead.
No, is he dead? Yeah, but they got rid of him before he died. No,
I don't think so.
He died, and that's why.
He passed away. Yeah.
Let's see, Tom Jackson here. You are thoroughly incorrect, sir. No.
He's alive?
Yes, he is just unemployed, or at least through ESPN. Yeah, I'm looking right here on his Wikipedia page. And he is, he's 74 years old. Here it is.
Oh, my gosh. I had no idea. I thought he died.
No, right here, bro.
Well, ain't that something?
Yeah.
He rocked, dude. Why would they get rid of him?
Well, he just had such a good chemistry with Boomer, which made it fun to watch.
Yeah.
But he's still ticking away. Let's see. Did they say here why? They did return in 2019 to the digital only version of prime time. And he opted out of his duties in 2020 over concerns of the coronavirus. And then I guess he never came back. So that was that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I guess he pieced out with coronavirus and they never brought him back. Super weird. Hey, and welcome to the program, the
Here.
one, the only CJ Eggy. What's up,
Hi,
buddy?
Uncle Rich.
Good.
Say hi, Uncle Rich.
You doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say hi, Uncle Rich.
What were? Hi to you too. What were you for Halloween?
Just call him Hi Skywalker.
Hi, Skywalker.
Just call him Skywalker.
Our blonde eggy child.
Actually, call him Yoda.
Oh,
Yoda.
backwards I can talk.
He goes, hi, Yoda.
Sometimes I can put off a good Yoda.
Ask him how
And if it
Anthony and
bets, I
Mason
cannot do.
What?
Ask him how Anthony and Mason are doing.
Daddy.
How's Anthony and ask him how are Anthony and Mason?
Cousins welfare, you want to know. What were you for Halloween? Well, he can't. Ask him what he was for Halloween.
Hold on. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can turn the.
Figure out how to screen share yourself. I was the one and only Matt Foley.
Nobody knows who that is.
No, everybody knows who Matt Foley is. I'm Matt Foley, and I live in a van down by the river.
Oh, that's who you were?
Yes. Yeah. But it's a performance piece, and nobody fed into it, so I didn't get to do any of the lines. So I couldn't.
Here.
I didn't have any opportunity to say, "You're not gonna mount the jack squat." I had none of that.
What, baby? I had none of that. Talk to Uncle Rich. Say hi. Say hi. How's
Yeah, it's kind of like, maybe no.
Oh, you're supposed to make
Hey, tell Uncle Rich asked what were you for Halloween? What were we?
Halloween. You dress up, you get candy.
Tell him. What were we?
Yoshi's.
You were Yoshi? Wow, Mario is your favorite.
Oh, it keeps picking up my headset.
Oh, the echo? Don't worry about it. Whatever it is. And my nephew, Christian, Chris's son, is now out the door. He didn't even give us a pick for the week.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't even. Hey, Christian, who's Daddy's favorite football team? The Honors? No, guess again.
The Giants.
Giants. He says the Giants.
Oh, Yahtzee. Very good, sir. Golf clap. You should know. Don't be a fan yourself. It'll just be decades of pain.
Who's my other favorite team? The Giants and the Raiders. That's You said the Raiders?
Yeah.
The Ragers?
Yeah, the Rangers.
The Ragers.
Whatever.
No, the Rangers.
Just teach him to be a Chiefs fan, dude. Just teach him to be a Chiefs fan.
I don't. Christian, do you want to be a Chiefs fan?
What is that?
A Kansas City Chiefs? No, actually, I showed him a list of all the NFL logos, and you want to
Oh,
guess
which one
who
did you like
picked?
the most?
I'll give you 3. Put it on the clock. I'll give you 3 guesses.
You want me put me on the clock? Okay. We have 3 that he liked.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look at the teams here. How about the Panthers?
Nope.
All right. I'm going back on.
Pick which one you like the most.
Eagles? I hope not. Eagles?
Nope.
Man, it's got to be like a cool logo. He likes Mario. It's got to be.
This one and this one.
What about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
That's who he just picked.
Oh! Buccaneers logo's cool, dude. It is a cool logo.
Uncle Richie guessed who you just picked.
What were some of the other ones?
The first one is
Nah, I lost you in the Matrix. Which was the first one?
the Vikings. Could you not hear me? Sorry.
No, yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, that's what I said. I lost you there for a second. So the Vikings were the first one?
Vikings were the first.
Okay. Well, I did get the Buccaneers. There was a third. I thought you said. I thought you said there were 3.
There is a third one.
Which was
The Dolphins.
the
Dolphins.
Okay. That's what the Dolphins' old school logo is better than new school logo. I would have given him the old school one. The new school one.
Yeah. He was like, I like the Dolphins. Shut the fuck up.
Well, anyway, speaking of Dolphins, if you did not watch, or if you and the crowd did not watch, make sure to go back one episode and check out my interview with O.J. McDuffie, the great O.J. McDuffie, number 81, Penn State Nittany Lion Hall of Famer, Dolphin Hall of Famer, overall great dude. He was nice enough to join the program. We BS'd a little bit about the Dolphins' 2025 season and his podcast, The Fish Tank, that he does with Seth Levitt. Also of
he's a good dude.
Dolphin alumni.
He's a good dude
on the business side. Well, you had asked something and I forgot what it was. Trying to go back, we were talking about how they lost Jacksonville. ESPN and primetime. So anyway, I was saying that I get primetime for free. Tom Jackson bounced from coronavirus, then it brought him back, so that was the deal with that. But anyway, I don't remember how they lost. I know they only won by 1. I don't know how they lost the cover. I know that they won by 1. Raiders Jacksonville. That's where we were at. Are you?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. This is like, there goes the pod.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. So we will take a break, and then we will come back once we figure this disaster out. And we're back. So
I was trying to say O.J. McDuffie was a great player.
That was the last thing that I heard from you, yes. And then I was trying to bring it back to what we were talking about originally, which was the Jacksonville-Oakland game and how they ultimately ended up not covering.
Ugh, I can't. They went for a 2-point conversion to win the game rather than tie it.
Oh, okay. All right. So, I mean, that game wasn't close. A matter of fact, going back to last week, can you name me? There were 14 games. We had talked about how spreads don't matter. I pulled out 4 games where I thought the spreads did come into play. Jacksonville Raiders was one of those.
What were the other ones?
You tell me. Can you off the top of your head?
Kansas City did not matter.
Nope.
Giants?
Nope. No. Giants got shellacked.
Oh, my God, I'm 2 weeks behind. They did get shellacked. Lions? Nope, that didn't matter. They got smoked.
I'll give him to you quick. Atlanta at New England, Chargers at Tennessee, and then Chicago at Cincinnati. All those
yeah.
games were close where the spreads came into play. Atlanta, the Patriots ended up winning by 1. Charge that spread was 5.5. They could have covered, but I mean, obviously didn't. The Chargers, Tennessee, that game, the Chargers were favored by 8.5, won by 7. Chicago, Cincinnati, the Bears were favored by 3, won by 5. And then obviously Jacksonville, Raiders. Jacksonville was favored by 3, right? Was that what the final was? 3.
They were
and they ended up
favored by 2.5, but they won
2.5,
by 1.
3, and then they ended up winning by 1. So anyway, and we'll get in as it's the Let's Bet show. We obviously do 4 downs. We do a repeat of last week. We take not a repeat, but a review. And then in second down, we look at the big games. Third down, we get to the rest of the slate. And then fourth down, we end up picking our bets and our super contest, survivor, best bet, et cetera, et cetera. Before we do that, though, I did want to bring up, are you familiar or have you heard in the past 24, 48 hours, have you heard of Jason Smith on X?
Is he part of the weird gambling community that you follow?
No. I do have something from from there too, but no. Jason Smith, according to what everybody thinks, is either a Joe Shane burner account or a Joe Shane family member of some kind.
Joe Shane, the guy from the Giants?
GM from the Giants, yes. And so he started this account maybe 2 days ago and has continually just been posting all kinds of behind the curtain shit. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. However, some of the stuff is fantastic. As you will see, 4 hours ago, he goes, Joe Shane loved Dart from the start, but he was going to draft the guy Daboll wanted. If Daboll wanted Shadur Sanders, he probably would have had it. It would just have been earlier. Plus, Cam Ward is going to be better than Dart. Both will be good. Ward will be better, etc. But
Ward will not be better than Jackson Dart.
I like Dart too. Yeah. So, but I mean, it really started. I'm not going to go through all of this now. It'll just crush the pod. But go visit Jason Smith, which is at Jason Smith XLII in X, and you can go and look at everything. But he goes through Brian Daboll calling. Obviously, it was Daniel Jones a retard. He said that happened. Here he goes. After the Wink debacle, no coordinator wanted to work with Daboll. Shane Bowen was a few days away from working at Enterprise before Daboll came calling. He's a toxic person to work with. He's hated by his staff. Et cetera, et cetera. And it's just, I mean, it started 2 days ago and it has gone on and on and on. And it basically just shits all over Daboll.
Sala McDaniels hire. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to read it. It's pretty funny. But
McDaniels would never go to the Giants.
I don't. Just look up Jason Smith, which is at Jason Smith XLII again on X, and go read through it. But this has been the talk of Giant Land only because it is super fun to look conspiracies. Right, we were talking about that as a conspiracy that this is a burner account for one of his kids, or possibly even him, or family member, or whatever. And
look at how good the Giants have been without any talent at all.
What do you mean?
At all. Like, look at how good they've actually played, like, without any talent other than Jackson Dart.
I am confused as shit as to what you're talking about.
I'm still comparing Jackson Dart to Cam Ward.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Cam Ward comparison? I don't know. Tennessee is a disaster. I mean, Tennessee is infinitely worse than the Giants. I mean, the Giants are kind of more of a mess because there's infighting and there's the whole Daboll Shane war going on right now behind the scenes, where Tennessee is just a dumpster fire. So I don't know. They're both pretty awful. But I mean, if you put Jackson Dart in Tennessee, I think he's still struggling mightily. just as bad as Cam Ward.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know.
Now, I think if you flip it, I think that would be the conversation we had. If you were to take Cam Ward and put him in with the Giants, would he be doing as good as Jackson Dart? And my argument would be no.
No
Right.
way. Dart's great for that program. First off, you're talking about a guy who played in the SEC versus a guy who played in the ACC. There's a big difference.
Yeah, well, they're just different quarterbacks. And again, I think that Dart has shown that of the two, he looks to have the better long-term potential.
Yeah.
Whether or not he does, I don't know. You got to wait a couple of years to find all this shit out anyway. But right now, I would take Dart over Ward. I don't think I'm alone in that category. It really feels like Dart has taken over everybody's heart. He's the quarterback everybody wants. He would be the number one pick. Blah, 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 blah. Who knows? I don't know. Okay. We'll have to wait.
Well, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
But the other internet, the other X thing that I came across recently that is also very fun to follow is Jerry Wins. Now, I don't know Jerry Wins' history, but he came up with this super cool thing that has been fun as shit. He is just fading. I guess he must live out in Vegas, and he is just fading random people. So here, I'll bring up this.
It's very illegal to do.
I don't know what's legal and illegal about it. What, recording people without their permission?
One, two,
can I do a
recording
parlay, please?
inside of a casino.
Blue Jays money line.
So he just listened to what that
And
guy
the
did,
over.
and then he just faded
And
it and went the other
1,000
way. And so this has been his thing now, is that he's just going to randomly just fade people. Now, I think he's obviously a better that does other things. It's the internet, so you can't believe.
Who carries that much cash anymore?
Well, I don't know. I think Vegas is just littered with gamblers. Whether or not they're successful or not, who knows? If you read all of X, they'll tell you that they're all successful, whether or not they are or they're not.
I have a coworker who lives out in Vegas, and she was telling me about how empty it actually is out there.
Yeah, well, when you're charging $30 for a slice of pizza, I mean, I could see that being the case. So this ends up being a pretty fun account to follow, and it got really interesting today because in that Vegas Twitter that I was telling you about, there is one character whose name is Man of the Library. And Library, he's the one that's really big in decoding, right? Here's a picture, and this is the decoding, and this is who's going to win because it's already predetermined.
Yeah.
So Jerry here, he just decided yesterday that he was going to fade the Library. So he paid $50 to hop onto his thread, and then just faded all of his picks.
They win by 31.
And
that was
then
the easiest
he ended up
$50 I've ever
winning,
spent. I made 800 on the bet.
800
Thank you, man of library. Your picks suck, and you have an ego for no reason. Tomorrow we will continue fading random people, and let's get it.
It's fantastic. It is fantastic. So there are my two X follows for you that you can enjoy in your spare time. But let's get into our show here. We'll start off.
I'm sorry. I need to interrupt you because I feel like you do love the guy who fades. I feel like you could do this too. I feel like you should do this.
Anything would be better than the shit that I'm pumping out. I mean, every week, all of my stuff has been horrendous.
No. I think you should start a recording account where you do this, but instead of fading, you should just fade your fucking self.
Yes.
See what happens.
I should just do the opposite of myself. Which makes no sense. Like, I did have a good year last year, right? And
like
I've had
Rich Eggy's alter ego. The name of your account should be like, I don't know.
Well, my main account should be.
We call this place Loserville,
right?
I suck.
You're an idiot.
That would be what it is. And then I could just flip it and fade myself. And we could try it when we get to the picks. I mean, this year, there is no way that you should do anything other than fade me. because it has been horrendous. Although, in fairness to myself, I mean, there were like, I did this last week. There were like 2 or 3 games that probably cost me like $4,000. Which would have been a huge swing to my bankroll. I woulda, coulda, shoulda. I get it, but I'm just saying there was like, shit, really? I mean,
Yeah.
Baltimore week 1. I mean, they were up in the fourth quarter. What the fuck was that? The Baltimore game versus Detroit, they could have pulled that one off, but that wasn't as bad as the Baltimore week 1. But there were other ones.
I get what you're saying.
Again,
you
know what I mean?
Alternately, you could say the opposite for winning games. Like you could say,
Oh no, true. Look, I'm not trying to get myself out of a hole here. All I'm trying to say is that
I get it.
Like if I had done straight up, and we'll get to the stats here in a hot second, but if I had gone straight up, I would be positive, just going, bet for bet. I end up doing parlays, which I mean, it's been a sucker bet forever, but we do alt line parlays, teasers I don't really do, although I might throw one in there today. And like I've gotten legs, I've done like 4 of 5 and 3 of 4. It's a typical blowing that one fucking game.
But
right?
what I think of when I think of wins versus losses, I never think of when you think ultimately of wins and losses, nobody ever talks about the opposite side, about how like you're like, oh, I almost was a millionaire, right? Like all I needed was that one game. But nobody ever says like, oh man, I could have been $5,000 broker if
of course,
if
that's
Buffalo
the game, bro.
If Buffalo didn't come back and score 15 points in the fourth quarter to beat Baltimore,
it's fucking gambling. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, I know people approach it as jobs, and there are people that are very analytical, and there are quants and betting syndicates and all that kind of stuff, and people that have a lot of time and resources to invest in this stuff, and there are the handful of people that actually have reads and a gift, if you will, and can pick the winners. I mean, but for the most part, let's just not make it into something that it's not. It's gambling. You're betting on human beings performing, and it either hits or it doesn't, right? The fading thing is just funny because, like it works, right? I mean, that's kind of, if you listen to a lot of content creators and you hear people call themselves as sharps, or they align with quote unquote sharp action, for the most part, that approach is just fading the public interest.
Yes. But I mean, you have
what are
to
the tickets doing? What's the money pool doing? Okay, I'm doing the opposite of that, right?
Yes.
Which
comes at a certain risk, because that's like betting against the favorite every single time, and not going to do that.
Well, I mean, one of the bets that one trend that has hit a ton this year is if you just faded trifectas, right, where the sharps, money, and tickets are all on one side. They performed horrific this year, which they usually do, right? That's the fade opportunity. Maybe not even on the spread, but just the straight up, you could go money line with it, and that would be clocking in.
Yeah,
I mean, let's look at it here. So we'll just go right into first down.
First down.
And we'll bring up the stats. I got to bring up real quick here. I got to flip off what I was sharing before. But as you will see, that like there are certain things that you could end up doing. I tried to do this yesterday with OJ and battled the same disaster as I tried to do it, which I thought I had practiced to the point that this wouldn't have been a thing, but unfortunately it is. So now I'm doing this all on the fly, and I just got rid of my whole thing here. But all right, so here it is. This could be bigger, but fuck it, because we're in the middle of the show here. Let's just go. So there you go. So these are the betting stats from last week, and as you can see, the dogs were victorious over the favorites, and of the 9 dogs that won, 6 of those won outright. Didn't just cover, but ended up winning. Like I said, the trifectas were 2-5 last week, and on the year they're 35%. So when you see, and there's a ton this week as well. So when you see these during the week, my insta thought is to fade them, is to just automatically just been like, okay, trifecta, I want to go against that. Why? Because it seems like they end up losing all the time. But last year, the overs and unders were pretty even. Home dogs were under 500. They're under 500 for the year as well. Big road favorites were 1-1, so that was a push. Halftime leads, there was 3 teams that blew it out of the 14 games. So again, 77% on the year, it's telling you that when a team goes into halftime and they got the lead, in all likelihood, they're going to end up winning. And then teases for the favorites and the overs and unders. Overs and unders are basically split at 70%. Favorites and dogs are not. There is definitely a lean there toward the favorites at 77%. You and me, I was...
Wait, go back for a sec.
Sure.
So to speak to the trifecta, I'd like to know, I see the 17 and 22, but I'd like to know 17 and 32. I apologize.
Yes.
I'd like to know how many of those 32 losses came in a specific week. Because that's the way I look at that statistic, right? Like 17 and 32 is really bad. It's 30-something%. But
yeah, well, I mean, like last week was 2-5. Week 8, do I have week 8 lined up here? I thought I did. Week 8, they were 3-4. Week before
there
that,
had to be a week or two where they were like 0-8, 1-7, 1-11,
5-4 was the week before that. I have it actually on my other computer where I keep this. Oh, here it is. Well, here's a week for you. This is probably going to, I forget which week. 0-5
there you
this
go.
week.
There's one.
Eagles Giants, that was what, 3 weeks ago, the Thursday night game. So that week trifectas were 0-5.
Yeah.
They were 2-3 the week before that. So that was the one big week. 2-4 a couple of weeks before that. So, but you know, that 0-5 week probably pushes it. But regardless, I mean, the point is that they're, 2-5 is not good either. 17 and 32 is a negative record. So when I see these trifectas and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them this week too. So
right. That can't be a statistic that stands true over time. There's no way.
I mean, again, remember that when I grab these stats and quote them on the show, I pulled them from the Action Network app, and I pulled them as these were pulled around 5:00 on Thursday afternoon. So they'll change as time goes on too, because as we get closer to the games, you're going to have more betting activity. Right.
Sure.
So you can also look at them right at 1:00 and then right at 4:00, and you could do it that way and measure what they finally end up being. But when you bet, right? So we're doing the games here on Thursday night. So that's what the stats are as of now.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's flex, right? I mean, it's kind of a fluid approach. But, I mean, that's how I measure everything is when we bet and what the numbers say at that time.
There was somewhere, I don't remember where I saw it, but there is something like what they do in horse racing where you bet, but you don't get the odds you bet. The spreads continually change. So if you're betting the Raiders tonight at +8.5, that isn't your spread until game time kicks off.
Oh, who would do that?
I know. I don't remember where I saw it, but there's somebody who is
I would stay the fuck away from that.
And it's the odds.
I mean, that's like a lottery ticket.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean,
that's tough.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds completely random. You sure you saw that?
Yeah, no, I'm just making it up in my head right now.
Roger Clemens. I'm misremembering things before Congress. Anyway, so those were the general stats. As for us, I was 7-7. You were 7-6. I had one extra game in there because I had the Giant 49er game, which I completely left off last week. But my super picks were terrible. I was 0-5. My best bet I lost. You were 2-3. Your best bet, which was Baltimore, which happened last Thursday, was a lock. And you probably should have started Lamar Jackson over Drake May. Although I don't think Drake May did terrible, but Lamar Jackson obviously had a better game.
I did start Lamar Jackson over Drake May.
Oh, you did? Okay, so lucked out for you. We were both better than the Sharps tickets and the money pool on the year. Basically, the 272, you're still below 500. I'm above 500, so I should just be betting these games straight up, although I'd only have 7 games that I was more positive. And again, we're better picking the favorites than we are with the dogs, but not by much. Performance-wise, here's what it comes down to. Here are bankrolls. I had a horrific week. It was terrible. It just blew up my account yet again. And I saw it right away when you saw some of these big teams losing and the way these things were going. I said, oh, shit, I'm going to lose everything this week. So I ended up pulling in nothing. That brought me to 5,000. I'm almost negative 40% on the year. You ended up netting about $400. So now you are positive 15%. You have more than doubled my current bankroll. We both have money out for the open long form season bets, but I'll never cash those in. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 that I get. Survivor, we both were victorious with the Rams, but you have that Green Bay loss a little while ago, and which was a tie versus Dallas. But as
it's garbage. We're not going to argue about this again. A tie is not a loss.
Yeah, all of my bets, there was nothing really to look at. Your winning bets, you had Baltimore minus the 6.5, and then you had New England and Pittsburgh money line. Those were both victorious, and that is how you ended up pulling in your cash. So that'll bring us to second down.
Second down.
And this is where we look at the big games. There are a couple. We will fly out for the first one. Tampa Bay. I'm going to give 3 different time slots here. First one's going to be a 1:00. Buccaneers hosting the Patriots. 2.5 is the spread in favor of Tampa Bay. 48.5 is the over/under. This game has no sharp lean, but 58% of the tickets are on New England, while 63% of the money pool is on the Bucs. I have pretty much not been able to get either of these teams right all year. But I think for this one, I still have trouble getting behind the Bucs. Even though they're at home, even though they've done better than I've expected, I'm kind of leaning into the Patriots here.
I believe I took the Patriots I took the Bucs at the spread, but in my bets, I went the other way.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that in fourth down.
Yeah. I'm a little lost as to why that spread is what it is.
Because you think it should be more?
No, I think it should be less.
You think it should be more in favor, more toward the Patriots?
Yes.
Patriots as a favorite, or just like a 1.5, 1 point?
Like a 1.5, 1 point.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Buccaneers are home. They're getting Bucky.
It should be.
They're getting Bucky Irvin back, right?
No, he's not practicing. He's not even playing.
He hasn't practiced? Because I know they were looking at him playing in the game, but I haven't followed the injuries.
None of those players. Not one player from their injured pre bye week are playing. None of them.
Well, then, I mean, that would definitely lean toward the Patriots.
That's what I mean. I don't understand. This should be the Patriots are. How many games in a row have they won? I don't even know. 5, 4.
Their record at right now? Well, not their record, but how many they won. They're 7-2. They've won 6 in a row. And those 6 those 6 teams that they have beaten have been Panthers, Bills, Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons, and then the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So, oh no, not the Buccaneers. They're playing the Buccaneers. Sorry,
they're playing the Bucs.
Falcons,
yeah.
Browns, Titans, Saints, Bills, Panthers.
And the Bills game was the most impressive of all.
Yeah, I mean, these, Panthers 42-13, Bills were 23-20, Saints were 25-19, Titans was a blowout at 31-13, Browns, same deal, 32-13. It was almost the identical score. And then last week you had the 1-point victory versus Atlanta.
How impressive is that they destroyed the Browns? Don't get me wrong, the Browns suck, but that defense is incredible. They're incredible.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. I wouldn't go and look at the Browns this year and been like, oh, man, that is a lockdown fucking defense. Sometimes they play really good. Sometimes Myles Garrett gets 5 fucking sacks and looks like a stud. And other times it's kind of like, I don't know. They're just
from
a
a fantasy perspective,
team.
they are the last. Them and the Broncos, horrible. I just look at those matchups and I'm like, oh.
Well, forget the Browns for right now. Let's go Bucks Pats. Who do you want?
With the spread as is, I took.
You were saying the Buccaneers.
I'm gonna.
You want to stay with them?
No, I'm gonna go Patriots.
You're going Patriots. So we got a switcheroo here.
Yeah.
So Eggy brothers are both in on the Patriots for the 1:00 battle in Tampa Bay. And so the next game will be the Sunday night football game. This one will feature the Los Angeles Chargers hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, who I have not been right on at all this year.
No, you have not.
I will go into my grave, though, saying that Aaron Rodgers stinks at this point. But he has been pulling shit off, and I have to now shut my mouth. But as for what everybody's thinking, it looks like everybody's leaning in toward Pittsburgh because the Sharps, 70% of the tickets and 71% of the money is all in on the Steelers. 44.5 is the over-under. Chargers are favored by 2.5. So I did that all backwards. I should have just said what the spread was, which was 2.5 in favor of Los Angeles. Then I would say it's a trifecta game. Everybody in on Pittsburgh, and the over-under is 45.5. Now, I said everything twice, so everybody knows what the hell the deal is. And so let's get to the picks, in which case I don't know now the Chargers have lost both tackles. And the Steelers, I mean, have kept up with the Joneses. I mean, I probably have to go with Aaron Rodgers here, which pains me. But that defense against an offensive line that is so banged up, it just doesn't have their full, battery of weapons here. I'm just have trouble getting behind Los Angeles. And I picked Los Angeles a lot this year. I just can't do it here.
I really like the Chargers in this matchup.
No shit.
Mainly because
this is just like fade rich. That's what this is.
I just don't like the Steelers in this matchup. I just don't think they match up well against this team. Their secondary is not good. And when it comes to the Chargers, all they do, what's his name is probably going to throw the ball 45 times this game. It's probably what's the over?
You're talking about Herbert?
Yeah. What's the over under?
The over under is 44.5.
Oh, it's going over.
I mean, you're looking at a line right now for the Chargers that is Saylor, Zion Johnson, Bozeman at center, Mekhi Becton, who's been banged up, but he's playing, and then Bobby Hart. I can't even believe Bobby Hart's still in the league.
Well, they just traded
for the Giants way back for the dead. I mean, Gadsden has been great at tight end for them. Vidal has stepped up and been functional. The wide receivers have been okay. But
they've been better than okay, man. That team is good.
I mean, the team is good. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm saying that with the line and the shape that it is right now, I kind of like Pittsburgh going in there and, kind of creating havoc there. But again, for me to say that, I got to back Aaron Rodgers, and I have so much trouble doing that.
Who did they trade for? They traded for a lineman.
What, this past week
Yeah.
or before that?
No. Just on Tuesday, they got an offensive lineman. I don't remember who it is though. Somebody good.
I don't know. I don't have the Chargers. I don't have the entire trade inventory here lined up. Chargers acquired Penning to help ailing O line. So they grabbed Penning from looks to be the Saints.
Yeah, that dude's good. That dude's legit.
I mean, is he going to go and is he going to play this week?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. But ultimately, look.
I mean, it's going to take a little bit longer than just you can't just throw him onto a plane, have him go, and be functional. I mean, that's not what I would want going against Pittsburgh's defense.
Also, let's be fair here. I know O-line is really important. It's very important.
Yeah, a little.
But how many times have you seen games where they have 3 O-linemen down and then they just blow up? Everybody said Dallas's O-line was going to be the worst it's ever been, and they're tossing the ball and running the ball better than 3/4 of the NFL.
I do agree with you that there are certain times where an offensive line is fixed, whether it's intra-game or a week later, and you lose players and it doesn't have the catastrophic effect that people usually, talk about. I don't think that this is the case here with the Chargers. We're going to find out Sunday night, but I think that the line hits for them are just too significant. That line with Alt and without Alt, because remember, he was out for a hot second, was completely different, right? And was not nearly as good.
Sure. I know. You're definitely right. And that's a big thing for, I would say, specific players. But, I mean, we talked about it. You definitely have time to fix O-line. So we'll see how it works out. I think TJ Watt and Highsmith will probably have a good game. I, however, don't think that Pittsburgh's offense can keep up with how good the Chargers offense is.
So you're going to go Chargers here?
Yeah, absolutely. They're my best bet.
Are they really? Whoa, throw it in. Lock it in. Chargers best bet for Chris there. I'm going with the Steelers in this one. Again, fade rich. And this is how you know that this is not going to work out in my favor, is because they are a trifecta bet, right? So the Steelers are a trifecta bet. I'm going with them. So guaranteed, you can just multi-lock the Chargers in there for anybody who wants it. So there is your Jerry bets, Jerry wins bet of the week. Is fade me and the public and the money pool and the sharps and pick the Chargers and the 2.5. And so then the final game will be the last game of the week, where you will see the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Packers 2.5-point favorites. 44.5 is the over-under. Sharps coming in on the Pack, while 80% of the tickets and 90% of the money are in on Philadelphia. However, it's a Monday night game, so those numbers are going to shift quite a bit. So now, these are two other teams that I have not been right about. I was right about Philadelphia last week. That was only because I did not have any high hopes for the Giants. However, the Packers did me in.
That wasn't last week.
What wasn't last week?
Giants, Eagles.
Who are the Giants? The Eagles. Oh, Eagles were on bye. That was 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Eagles were on bye 2 weeks ago. But the Packers did lose. So the Packers ended up losing to who the hell did the Packers lose
Carolina.
Carolina, favored by 13.5, which was crazy. A game I haven't even watched a replay yet.
And then a week later,
I couldn't bring myself to do it.
They're favored over the Super Bowl champs. A week later.
Yeah, so I think that you're going Philadelphia, right? Is this a Philadelphia Instabet?
It's supposed to be, but I think that's what Vegas is like getting you to like. I feel like Vegas knows this is a perfect example of when Vegas knows something that the public doesn't know.
Green Bay, I wanted to be behind from the beginning of the season. I kind of got off them. I had Peltz on for a show 2 weeks ago. He kind of brought me back onto the Packers, and I think that they've lost ever since. At least haven't covered or outright lost the 2 weeks since I interviewed Peltz. So Peltz, screw you. You've cost me some bets here. But the problem with the Packers is that offense is just not right. You could tell me whatever you want about Love. I've heard people talk about the offensive line and it being banged up. Now Kraft is gone for the year, or as Mike Francesa says, T Kraft, because he doesn't know his name. I can't get behind a team whose offense is more or less in shambles like this, going against the Super Bowl champions who seem to be kind of getting things a little bit better. It's only been a couple of weeks. They were dead in the water 3 weeks ago. They've had a bye, and then they've had 2 games where they had good offensive production. One of them was against the Giants. So, you can mop the floor with that game. I don't even think that's the right phrase.
No, but it's okay.
You wipe your ass with that game. Whatever. You know what
so,
I'm trying to get at.
I don't know. Green Bay's only positive is that they know how to run the ball. They have Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs seemingly always banged up, but gets the job done at the end of the day. However, they can't live in that world. Like they don't have anything outside of that, and they just seem to get lucky on a random 50-yard bomb that gets Jacobs in the area to get the job done. But now they have no Tucker Kraft, which means
T-Kraft.
T-Kraft. All of those targets, all of those touchdowns, all of that yardage that he was gaining, where is that going to go? Who's going to be that guy?
Well, I picked up Christian Watson in fantasy, so I'm hoping it might be him.
Great.
He's like him. three games away from blowing out another knee.
Is Romeo Doubs going to be your alpha? Like that dude, he's fine. He's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's serviceable.
The Great Gazoo?
Yeah, it's exactly. Come on.
That fucking helmet. Great
Come
Gazoo.
on.
Flintstones reference, motherfucker. I
know, but not Flintstones. Jetsons.
No, it's Flintstones. The Great Gazoo is Flintstones.
No, it's not. It's Jetsons.
Dude.
With the helmet?
The little green guy with the big gigantic head.
Yeah.
That's not Jetsons.
It's not Flintstones.
I'm almost positive it is.
Flintstones is from caveman era.
Great Gazoo. Dude. I have been terrible with my gambling all fucking year. Don't step to me with pop culture. It's not going to happen. I did this wrong again. How do I stop the screen share? And then here's the Great Gazoo.
Great Gazoo Jetsons.
Great Gazoo right here, dude.
Oh my God. If you search it, it says
Flintstones character. Flintstones character.
Is the Great Gazoo is a character from the Flintstones, not the Jetsons, though he has appeared in other Hanna-Barbera crossovers like the Jetsons and Scooby-Doo.
What takes for nothing?
I'm telling you, Flintstones, pop culture. Don't fuck with me.
We have to.
You'll get nothing like him.
We have to agree that nobody wins this because he's been in
What?
crossovers.
That's great. That's just great.
He is Flintstones, dude. He is Flintstones. Everybody knows the Great Gazoo is Flintstones.
He's been through crossovers.
Oh, stop with this crossover shit. That is garbage. Garbage. I'm done with this. I'm completely done with this. Great Gazoo is Flintstones. Everybody knows it's Flintstones. And this crossover, I mean, it was Hanna-Barbera. You probably had 8 million different crossovers because Hanna-Barbera was all the cartoons back in the day.
What was Fred
great
Flintstone? What was Fred Flintstone's wife's name?
Wilma. Yeah, the dog was Dino. Well, not dog, but his dinosaur. Right? And so, but the Great Gazoo, Romeo Dobbs, is Flintstones. We're Packers, Eagles here. What are you taking? Are you taking the Eagles or Packers?
Bum, bum, bum. I'm singing the Jetson song in my head right now.
Well, Jetson is his boy Elroy. Jane, his wife.
Jane, his wife.
Yeah.
Dun,
Rosie
dun,
was
dun,
the
dun,
robot.
dun.
Elroy was the
Daughter.
Judy. Oh, no. It was Judy, right?
Judy.
Jane, his wife.
Daughter
Judy.
What was didn't they they had a dog, right? Or no, they had like a robot?
Astro.
Astro was Astro.
Astro was the dog, yeah.
I am taking
in that song, you will not find any Great Gazoo because that was in the Flintstones.
Nor will you find it in the Flintstones song.
That's true too. But it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that the Great Gazoo is in the Flintstones, and I'm going to use anything I can think of to try to reinforce the fact that I was right and you were wrong on this. Because I have lost all fucking year in gambling. So I can claim a victory here with my pop culture knowledge. Anyway.
You're partially right. But anyway.
Partial right. Okay. Eagles, Packers. What are you doing here?
I said it, Eagles.
You just said I missed it because I was pontificating on my great knowledge.
I'm glad that you've realized your pontification is strong in this moment.
Third down.
Shut your face. So, third down are all the other games. Let's just get through them here. Broncos, Raiders. Broncos by 8.5. Thursday night game, which is about to tip.
Broncos.
I took the Broncos as well. We've got the Colts, Falcons. Colts by 6.5 this game in Berlin.
Indy.
You're going Indy. I took the Falcons here. This is a pros Joes game. Joes are in on the Colts. Pros are in on the Falcons. Now we hit the 1 o'clock slate. Jaguars in Tennessee taking on the Texans. Texans are a 1.5-point home dog. Trifecta game. Everybody in on the Jaguars, including me. Fade it.
Stupid. Yeah, I went with the Texans.
Yep. Good move by you. Bears, Giants, this game in Chicago where the Bears are a 4.5-point favorite, 4.5-point favorite over the G-Man. The Sharps and slight lean of tickets are in on the Bears. The money pool is 50-50 right now. Who do you want?
I took Chicago.
I took Chicago as well. Now we come to your best bet last week, which was the Ravens. They're going to be in Minnesota taking on the Vikings, who upset the Lions. Ravens are road favorites here by 4.5. They are also a trifecta bet. 64% of the tickets, 77% of the money pool. I ended up taking the Ravens here.
3.5 on DraftKings. I'll take that all day.
Check your local listings.
I took Baltimore. This is almost my pick of the week.
Okay. I was kind of in the same boat there. So Browns, Jets, this game in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Browns, 2.5-point road favorites. The Sharps are in on New York, while a bunch of money and tickets are on the Browns. So are you going to go with the Jets now that they took apart their entire defense, or are you going to go with Cleveland?
I'm going to go with Cleveland. Did you see the meme? Did you see the meme where from Hunger Games with Brees Hall?
No, I did not.
Oh, I gotta send it to you. It's so funny.
I have not seen it, but we are both in on the Browns for that game. Panthers Saints, this game in Carolina, 5.5-point favorite for the Panthers. Trifecta game. Everybody in on the Panthers, as am I.
Yes, I took Carolina.
Next one is going to be in Miami, down by you. Dolphins hosting the Bills. Bills, 9.5-point road favorite here. So you got the big road favorite for the first time this week. I guess the Ravens too were 4.5. That was a big road favorite. But the Bills are favored by 9.5. Sharps are in on the Dolphins, 80% plus on tickets and money pool for Buffalo. I ended up taking the Dolphins here. They're going to lose. 9.5 was just a little bit too much for me, and I don't know. There's something about the game I don't trust.
I took Buffalo.
And you took Buffalo, fading me, which is what one should do. 4 o'clock game, Seahawks Cardinals. This game in Seattle. Seattle favored by 6.5. Trifecta game. Heaviest is 81% in terms of the money pool, 69% for the tickets. So you got a decent amount of people in on the Seattle. What are you going to do here?
Seattle.
Yep, I'm in on Seattle as well. Now we've got a good game. Should be a better game, but the 49ers are really banged up. 49ers hosting the Rams. Rams are 4.5-point road favorites. Trifecta game. People in on the Rams. Not a lot, in the 50s and 60s for the tickets in the money pool. Expected a lot of points on this one, 49.5, and that is the biggest over-under for the week.
I took the Rams. I almost thought this as a best bet as well.
I like this game as well, too. So I took the Rams, and similar to you, I do like the Rams. I did like the Ravens. Those were two that we talked about. I forgot what your lock was, the Chargers. I was on the other side of that one. But I did like the Rams, and I did like the Ravens, who you said were almost your best bets. Lions, Commanders. The Lions are a trifecta bet. Numbers in the 80s for the tickets and the money pool. 8.5 is the line. 48.5 is the over-under. Commanders, obviously, without Jane Daniels after his arm bent the wrong way. I took Detroit.
I took Detroit, too. I still can't believe they left that kid in the game that long.
Yeah, that was stupid. I mean, you didn't see it happening, but everybody was of the same opinion. When you watch them playing and they're just down, it's like, why would you leave them in there? Accidents happen all the time, especially in football. Not accidents like that. That was crazy ridiculous. Nobody could have foreseen that happening. But It could have been his knee, it could have been an ankle, it could have been concussion, could have been anything. Like, what was the point? That's the issue the Giants have with Jackson Dart now. I mean, they're leaving this kid in, and it's kind of like you've got nothing to win. You got nothing to win here. Take him out.
But at the same time, you want him to get the experience, and that's the tough part with that.
I mean, I guess to it, but he's got. I mean, if you're looking at specifically that Commanders game, he's got the experience of last year, and he's gotten 3 solid quarters, and this game is out of the way. You lost it. You're not coming back. So just take him out.
It was so stupid. I mean, Dan Quinn comes out after the game. Oh, we probably should have.
Yeah, I was surprised that he admitted that. That was pretty brutal,
bro. The whole world was thinking in the third quarter, it's probably time to take Jane Daniels out. This game's out of reach.
X erupted as soon as he got hurt. Everybody's saying the same thing. But I'm almost of the opinion now that when you have a rookie or a second-year quarterback and the game is in the fourth quarter and it's out of reach, let's just say 2 quarters, like your team stinks on the year, you're more than 2 scores away. I'm almost of the snap decision to yank the quarterback. It's just not worth it anymore.
Yeah, it's just
not.
You invest. You're talking about somebody that you're in the future most likely, and with this case, definitely going to be investing 50 to 60 million, if not 55 to 65 million per year on, and you're leaving him in a game down 35 to 7.
Yeah, and your path to the playoffs is slim and none. Right? You were 3-5 going. You were 3-5 going into that game, and the Eagles were 6-2. You weren't going to win the NFC East. So what were you going to do? You're going to win a wild card berth? Like, probably not. And it doesn't matter because you were out of that game anyway. So just get out of there alive. Like, just pull the kid. It was stupid.
After losing Terry McLaurin, your number 1 receiver in that game.
Yeah, we can go through all of these teams that are just not in contention anymore. And if they have a top quarterback, it's almost to the point now that it's like, all right, well, if it's a fourth quarter and you don't really have a chance of winning, like just pull them. Like, who cares?
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't care that they just keep playing Geno Smith on the Raiders. I'm like,
No, right. You got nothing to lose with him.
Breaks his leg.
Cam Ward, fourth quarter, pull him. Jackson Dart, fourth quarter, pull him. Jaden Daniels, fourth quarter, pull him.
Yeah, Cam Ward should be playing like a half at a time, and then they should just be pulling him.
Yeah, the Browns don't have anything. Dolphins don't have anything. Falcons, I mean, look, they're kind of pot-committed to Penix. I mean, they're 3-5. I guess they got an outside chance, but they're kind of now almost.
Penix won't make it through another season. He
has not been great, but
no.
I mean, again, just for the purposes of keeping the team together, it's fourth quarter, you're out of it. Pull them.
Yeah.
I mean, the Texans, they're 3-5. They lose this week. They're 3-6. That would put C.J. Stroud in that same situation. Fourth quarter, out of it, pull him. It's just not worth it. Yo, what up, Christian? All right.
So, yeah, I like the Jets, for instance, like Justin Fields, let him play.
Let him play the whole thing.
Let him play the whole thing.
All four quarters, all the way to the end.
He's playing. Yep.
Yeah. All right, so now.
Fourth down.
Our picks and our bets. So I have been terrible, so I will go first. Again, my bankroll is at 5,000, but we start with our picks. My best bet is going to be Chicago. I am going to take Chicago in the 4.5. My survivor, I am going to go with Carolina.
Richie. No, we're backing up, dude. You're not picking, I'm so sorry, but you're not going to use your best bet on the Chicago Bears against your diehard blue blood favorite team. You're not going to do that.
I am. I am, and I did.
Ridiculous.
Why? That is the game that I like the most here. I love Jackson Dart. That rest of that team is dog shit right now. They have no run game. The line is playing decent. They still have no run game because they have no running backs worthy of getting a carry. They have no wide receivers for Jackson Dart to throw to. They have no secondary worth anything. The good guys are hurt, and the ones that play are terrible. And then they have a defensive line that, albeit they have talent, they have a defensive coordinator who is completely clueless. And they're going on the road against Chicago, against a Chicago team that, look, they're not on a tear right now, but they have offensive weapons. Yes, they have a secondary that is crazy banged up, but it doesn't matter because the Giants can't take advantage of that because their offense sucks.
This isn't like, hey, let's just rip apart the Giants or justify why you're doing it. I'm saying you're an idiot. And that's the dumbest thing I've heard you do in a long time. Is I think
Chicago could win by 2 touchdowns. The Giants are not going to win that game. Okay. But anyway, I took Carolina. I looked at Denver, Baltimore, Cleveland, and Carolina. I don't know of all these. I'm never going to use Carolina again. And I think this spot here versus the Saints. I mean, they should be good here. They should be good. I can't foresee them losing this game, but it's getting thin. I've used up a lot of teams that each week I'm kind of like, oh, I want them, but I've used them already. So I'm using Carolina. And then for my super contest pick, give me Chicago with the 4.5, Baltimore 4.5, Rams 4.5. Like I said, we liked those two teams together, Baltimore and the Rams. And then give me Pittsburgh and Philadelphia on the road and the 2.5 there. So I will kick it to you.
Yeah. So I went with the Chargers that we discussed.
Yep.
As my best bet. I'm picking Seattle for my survivor.
I had already used them, but I looked at them, yes.
My super picks, I did Houston, Chicago, Baltimore, Cleveland.
Slow down, Cowboy. Houston, Chicago.
I messaged it all to you. You have it.
I know. Well, this is for the audience, the 5 people that are listening.
No, I'm saying you don't have to write it all down. I'm saying
it's what I do every week. So just say Houston, Chicago.
Baltimore,
Baltimore,
Cleveland,
Cleveland,
Carolina.
Carolina. This is what I need you to do. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And now imagine that we're talking to
About
100,000 people.
To kazoo.
Imagine you're talking to 100,000 people. And then just
Oh,
imagine that they're listening to you because they're like, this kid is up like over fucking 10% on the year, 15%, whatever it was. And I want to know what he's betting. And so what is that? And
what's better-
if you
what's
go,
better
use
than
Chicago,
ripping-
Baltimore, Cleveland, Carolina, they're not going to rewind to listen. Just do it slowly.
What if, but then I get enjoyment out of ripping on you because you're an idiot older brother.
Yeah, for sure. You could still do that. Just do it
Oh, okay.
slower so everybody
right.
gets to listen and enjoy as we move along here.
All right.
Let me be the one that talks fast and stammers and sounds like dog shit. You just take your time and give me everything in a nice, slow, consistent speed.
Meet George Jetson.
Beep, 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 beep. Houston, Chicago, Baltimore, Cleveland, and Carolina. That kicks it over to me for my bets. I was going to do nothing this week because I should take a week off. That's how bad I've been. But I didn't do that because, fuck it, man. I'm an addict. I'm an addict. My vice. Give me Chicago and Baltimore minus 2.5 each. So Chicago and Baltimore field goals to win, 100 for 244 coming back. Then give me those same two teams, but by their spread. So give me Chicago 4.5. Give me Baltimore 4.5. That's 100 for 363 coming back. Then give me money line parlay, 5 teams. Chicago and Baltimore because they're in my other two. This is how I lose all my money because then like Baltimore
This
loses.
is exactly how you lose all your money.
So Baltimore loses and then all these things get shot. Chicago and Baltimore. And then give me Carolina, which is my survivor. Give me Buffalo in Miami and give me the Rams in San Francisco. 200 for 993 coming back there. Then give me a road dogs to win. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia both by a touchdown, so make both those teams minus 2.5 alt spread. Give me 100 for 585 coming back. And then give me the following tees. Chicago, Carolina, Buffalo. Give me 6 points on all of those. This is the one that I was going to leave off, but I'll throw it in there. So that's Chicago plus 1.5, Carolina plus a half point, and then Buffalo minus 3.5. Give me 500 for 1,200 return, and that is a cool $1,000. I probably should leave off that teaser because who cares? But unfortunately, I didn't. So that is all of my bets for the week. Chris, to you, remember slow and steady wins the race.
Okay, Tortoise.
Great cartoon. What cartoon was that? What brand was that?
The Tortoise and the Hare?
Yeah. There was a famous cartoon that did that. The tortoise was really slow.
I don't know.
This one, I'm pretty sure it was Looney Tunes. I'm pretty sure it was a Looney Tune one. I'll have to look that one up. That was not Hanna-Barbera. I'm pretty sure that was a Looney Tune cartoon. Anyway, but now to your picks. Not your picks, your bets.
That's another good one. We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony.
Animaniacs?
Yeah.
Yeah, Animaniacs was your era. I was, that was like high school for me. So I was out of Animaniacs.
Your TV. Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah, Turtles was your era.
Yeah.
Transformers and G.I. Joe was my era.
Yep. Rest WWE, like all WWF, all those like action figures, that was my era.
Right.
I did
cartoon.
Those.
They had the cartoon as well.
I was the video game era. Like you were of the right age, but like I grew up with all the different changes in the video game era.
Well, I mean, I was 2600 into NES. You were NES into SNES, but I was still there along that.
Yeah, for sure. I remember, which is so disturbing when you think about it. I remember when Mom got us Super Nintendo, and you and
Rob Davies picked it up for us.
Rob
Yeah.
Davies were
Yeah.
in our basement, first floor, playing the Super Mario game because that came with it.
Yeah, a ridiculous concept. We gave him the money. I forgot how much that system was when it first launched.
So much.
But we just handed him the money, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to the mall. Do you want me to pick it up for you?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. I want you to fucking pick it up for me."
Oh my god, remember how much that changed the game, dude? Like that
Super
was
Scope 6. Do you remember the Super Scope 6?
Oh my god, of
It
course.
was like a bazooka you put on your shoulder. It was the stupidest shooting device ever, but it worked. Well, nothing was as bad as Rob, your robotic operating buddy. And the Gyromite. God, that was so bad. Gyromite. And there was another one that worked with him, but man, that was a whiffaroo. Probably, that was probably worse than the Wii U. Or no, the Virtual Boy, the all red one that had the 3D that you put on your head.
Coming back.
I know, I heard. I
saw.
The
Switch.
For the Switch too, right?
Like, guys.
I remember that Virtual Boy, and it was like, dude, nobody's going to use this one. That one you could walk away from easy.
Dude, it was a fail.
Such a fail.
It's okay. So it's like when Coke comes out with a flavor that everyone's like, guys, this isn't good. This is
Crystal
bad.
Clear Pepsi. Remember that one?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We had so much of it too. Mom bought so much.
I don't remember it because I think at that point I was trying to keep weight off because I didn't want to be a lineman for football, so I was drinking like Diet Right cola and all
Diet Right.
Yeah, that was the first diet soda that I started pounding.
Dad's favorite soda was diet caffeine-free Pepsi, those gold cans.
I remember the gold cans. Yeah. Well, that was his heart thing. He couldn't do anything caffeine, and that ultimately hit me because then I ultimately had AFib and all the rest of it.
All right, here we go. All right, we get
what?
it.
I'm just saying it's all hereditary bullshit.
Okay,
that's why I drink
it.
decaf coffee. Remember, I used to drink the extra large Dunkin' Donuts. I used to pound those things. I used to have 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Now I have like one small straight up caffeine. I forget it. It rocks me.
Oh, I still drink caffeine all day.
I can do caffeine in soda. I can do some caffeine in like the Starbucks sugary coffee bullshit. But for the most part, I can't do anything caffeinated, like espressos and coffees and all that kind of shit. It's all got to be decaf. But they're firing off the fireworks here in Denver. So let's get your picks in here and call it a day and start watching some football.
Okay, so I went with a couple things. First off, the Chargers. I went with the basic.
The Chargers okay.
350
with their spread straight up.
Yeah, with their spread straight up. I think it's 350 to win 600. 350 to win 650. Sorry. Then I did a money line parlay with 2-team Denver and Houston, the two best defenses in the league. 250 to win 600. Then I did a 4-team alt spread parlay, 250 to win 1050. And that is Indy minus 2.5. Buffalo minus 5.5. Baltimore money line. And New England getting 7.5.
All right. Indianapolis got to win by a field goal. Buffalo's got to win by 6. Baltimore just has to win, and New England can lose by a field goal, by a touchdown.
Yeah, they can lose by a touchdown. Exactly. Then I did a 3-team parlay.
Okay.
With 3-team alt spread parlay. Sorry. Seattle minus 2. Oh, this is 350 to win 930.
350 for 930.
Yep. And this is Seattle minus 2.5.
Okay.
Detroit
Seattle
minus
field
2.5.
goal.
Yep. Detroit minus 2.5.
Detroit for a field goal.
And Rams money line.
Rams just to win. Oh, I like that one. I like that a lot. Yeah, 350. So 3 times your money.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else?
That's it.
I like that Seattle Detroit Rams money line.
It's $1,200 on the line.
All right.
Hi. You want to say hi to Uncle Rich?
Oh, who do we got this time? Oh, Carter, what's up? How you doing, buddy?
Dude, that was a lot of water.
We're trying to get Carter to yap away. He's been fighting us the whole time here. He doesn't want to let his voice shine through.
But he does peekaboo now, right? Carter, can you do peekaboo?
Where you at, kid?
You want to show Uncle Rich peekaboo? Pika. Boo.
Yeah.
Pika. Boo.
How's he been doing with his speech?
He's making a lot of noises. He's just not making
Words.
Formation yet in his noises.
All right. Well, slowly and surely, Christian didn't talk and then he wouldn't shut up. So.
Yep. Exactly.
Good deal. Where are you? In your bedroom right now?
Yep.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh my God.
He's
Well,
touching
this
you.
is Carter. This is my other nephew, Chris's youngest son.
Wait, is this like a video that gets published somewhere?
Yeah, why?
What?
Do you guys publish this video?
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course.
Really? And that's your background, a Buddha?
A Buddha. Yeah. Peace, serenity.
Hey, we gotta get you like a folklore background.
I mean, I hope you don't mind. It like 150,000 people watch it each week.
She can't hear you.
Oh, well, that doesn't work then.
We're up to like 1,500 viewers a week, something like that.
Really?
That's it. We're out.
Christian, you know you don't open the
All
gate
right.
for Carter.
I'm going to leave you because it seems like, the house is going to implode at any second now.
Christian, no, we're not going downstairs.
I can't. There's nowhere I can go in this house that my wife lets me be for like an hour or two. It just doesn't happen.
This is obvious.
It's over.
Here. We're done. We'll talk to you later. Peace. See ya. Hey, Chris, why don't you hit mute so that the entire crowd doesn't have to hear the chaos? It's too late.
It's just her. It's just who she is.
Me?